Hello, Reckoning 7, and welcome back to Rule the Waves 3 as we continue with our glorious Spanish Empire, and we hit almost 1960. The years are advancing, and we of course just came out of a huge war, world war by all stretch of the imagination, for ourselves and our Italian allies fended off the combined might of the British, the French and the Americans. Ended up going for a white peace in the end, but I think that for us, I think that was coming out ahead, to be honest, and because we were starting to feel threatened with our holdings, mainly in the Caribbean, and I didn't want to push my luck too far. But I am quite keen, and it has shown our capability of really taking a war to the British and to the French. We knew we could handle the French, but potentially to the British and French combined, which would be an exciting prospect if perhaps we could remove the axe from the situation. Now, there is one slight issue with our performance in the last war, and I took great pleasure in sinking all the British battleships and all but one of the French battleships and a bunch of British carriers as well, which was always good fun, showed the might of the Spanish Navy and put us lots of points in the head, not for the war, not that we get anything out of the end. And the downside with this is that what we've also done is just free up a big chunk of their budget to build brand new stuff. So next time we fight them, they're going to have more modern ships because we created space in their navy. So it's always actually an interesting thing with Rule the Waves versus some other games. You never really eclipse the big players in this game, and although you can annihilate their navy to shreds, you give them 15-20 years and they've built a brand new navy, and not only that, all of a sudden theirs is much more modern than yours and it becomes a tough fight again. So it keeps that challenge fresh. So as you can see here, look, they're building 4 brand spanking new CVs to replace the ones we have sunk. Now, it will take them a while to replace them because it is expensive, but the ships they're going to get are going to be obviously a lot more modern. So we have brought, oh my goodness, I just realised that we brought them down to parity in fleet tonnage. That's awesome. It won't stay there for very long. Actually, our budgets aren't too far off each other. Okay, cool. Very cool. It was pointed out the game doesn't hard end in 1970, so there is some time you can run beyond that, but there are no new text released. You can obviously catch up on any ones you've missed, so we don't have a hard stop to worry about, but I probably won't push too far beyond that. But it does mean if we've got some exciting action on the go, we don't have to worry about it being cut short. So the plan going forward, well, we've still got 3 Martillo Mark IIs under construction. I'll let them merrily tick away. We're slightly in the red, but it's generally fine. I've done a big batch of mothballing and putting things on reserve fleet, and we'll continue to do so as a few repairs come in. We do have a few obsolete bits and bobs we need to take a look at and take care of, but again, nothing too crazy. The only thing probably definitely worthy is the Cisne here, our little swan, which has been on the go since 1921. And I don't think I've ever had her in a battle. This beautiful, was it 4 planes or 7 planes she carried? Seaplane tender. I was bringing her home to finally retire her, seeing as I don't think she really serves a purpose anymore. But that breaks my heart. Sad times. Okay. So there's probably not too much else to talk about. Let's just advance down and see what happens. Okay. Some of our pilots are amazing. Excellent. Radar directed medium AA. Okie doke. And stats from the war. We shot down 105, mainly by fighters. So you go, despite... actually, do we have any SAMs? I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, fighters are definitely ruling supreme at the minute. That's good to know. I'm sure there's a few of our ships have SAMs, but I could be misremembering that. Okay, we'll chunk through a couple turns of peace. And I'll correct myself. Internal upheaval in Fiji. We could take Fiji over. Do we want to take Fiji over? Oh, come on, map. Move. Can I not scroll the map when I'm in this view? I guess not. Presumably you are in the South Pacific. We do have something in the South Pacific, or not much. Do you know what's funny? It's at the point where colonies aren't actually worth it anymore. The hassle of kind of having stuff on foreign stations is probably outweighed by the benefit, especially these smaller ones, because the economic value they provide is significantly nerfed after, I think it's about 1940. I can't remember the exact year. But it would be another flag on the map, and what are we if not ones going around putting our flag on the map? So send a force. I mean, no one's going to start a war of it. A local warlord took over as president. Ah, I got criticised in the press. That's no good. Oh, which one of these is Fiji? This one? Yeah. I'm okay in my Pacific knowledge. Not the best, but okay. Automatic 3-inch gun. Would we use those? I don't know. We have got radar range and cap engagement range. That's good. More efficient aircraft. I like that. A world cruise for our young cadets. Yep, I'll send everything around. That's not a problem. And let's roll into the start of 1960 and we to look things. Resources are diverted to the civilian sector to fund welfare programs. Welfare? Ah, just send them down the shipyards. Yeah, probably ahead of time. I must admit, I've not looked at my research in a while. Heavy SAM mounts, cool. Their jet's better than our jet. Okie dokie. Right, I did want to have a quick look because I had one of our light cruisers roaming around on foreign stations while one of our corvettes was being repaired. You, good sir, you can go back on active fleet. Oh, and actually you guys need an overhaul. So tell you what, come on back to the Mediterranean and we'll get you overhauled. That may upset the foreign station tonnage, so we have to send someone else out on a little cruise, but we can worry about it at the time. Let's yeah, I think the time it may be, it doesn't cost a huge amount of money, but I think it's time to acknowledge she served a purpose and needs to retire. Thank you, Sisney, you have served us well. Turn to razor blades. One ignominious end. Although she achieved much during her career, but she was always there. Okay, these things aside, let's start by rebuilding you guys, I think. Rebuild. Oh, helps if I open design for the rebuild. Quality 1 guns already. Presumably that's not that big a change. Now, the problem is we don't have the weight for it, so we might not be able to get that to work, but well, something to think about in future. In fact, we're 20 over already. Now, I'm not expecting much out of these older ships, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, your radar limit's only 2. If I could massively improve this, maybe just up to 4, and then probably chalk off one of your torpedo mounts, because we're being less effective. Lead mount. Okay, this we can get away with. So more radar. Not much in terms of AA. Oh, we could get a little bit actually. To give you a little bit more, especially for shooting down missiles and things. Yeah. Which is probably going to be more valuable than hurling torpedoes at boats, especially given my hit rate with torpedoes, which is effectively none. And so here's an interesting. We could just, at this point, say no more torpedo warfare. apart from anything airdrop torpedoes, perhaps. Which is tempting, and say, actually, we're going to transition from torpedoes to missiles. We're going to shoot stuff from the air. And therefore, this destroyer would be better served by having better AA coverage and a more efficient attack against other destroyers. And we don't do crazy torpedo charges, which haven't worked for us for a while. Okay. I'm kind of getting on board with this. The other thing, yeah, we don't want to add any of this stuff, do we? Because it's sillily heavy. Is it sillily heavy? Right. No, not at all. That's surprisingly light. So we could absolutely stick on some ship-to-ship missiles. There's a win. I think SAMs are the ones which are very heavy. It's like 300 odd tons, isn't it? It doesn't really matter. Okay, fine. I just want to see the weight. I don't really care where it is. Yeah. Oh, 500 tons. Okay. Yeah. Crazy. Delete that. So for the big ships. But for lesser ships, we can put on a couple of missiles. So it's got a bit of a, relevant torpedoes. And we've made it more effective against torpedoes. And then it's just a question of, do we want to spend all that weight on an autoloader? It's also super expensive. That's like 4 million it's costing us to do that. So I'm going to say no. We'll just stick with the top side stuff. And actually, we could probably... Could we really do this? Oh, can we put more tubes on? No. Okay, looks a bit silly, but apparently that works. Okay. More medium guns, radio director. A scooch overweight, but that's fine. And much more of a threat in the modern era. And still with a little bit of anti-submarine stuff, because why not? And with better radar. Not the best, but better. Okay. All for less than 1 million a pop. I think this is good. Oh. What are you going to reclassify it as? The destroyer must have torpedoes. Really? We might scrap all this. I want to say yes and see what you classify it. A corvette? What? Okay, let's yeah, but that doesn't seem like a good weight. We could use 43 tons. Okay, well, c'est la vie. I guess we're gonna trim down on your heavy ship-to-ship missiles, and we'll add some torpedoes at the back. Yeah, W. That's gonna be too heavy, isn't it? Yeah. That'll do. I don't think it's as good, to be honest. The game demands torpedoes on your destroyers. What's a boy to do? Slight of weight, that's fine. Fire controls are not the best type. Okay. Not a modern ship. Deal with it. But, okay, that's fine. We can do that. Perfect. Go rebuilding. Ka-chunk. What else we got? The Escudo needs a rebuild. Light cruiser. Maybe a little bit more costly, so I might wait till these destroyers are done. And you guys also need a rebuild. Okay, although we have a reasonable amount of bank in the bank. Are you not obsolete, my friend? Curiouser and curiouser. Okay. Again, let's say no torpedoes for you. We're moving beyond the torpedo age. And let's say give us all the ship missiles we can stack on. And again, we could go all loaded guns in this now. I'm crazy over my weight now, so it's probably a non-starter. We'd also probably like a little bit more missile defense. All the way up to an 8? I don't know. Probably not. You're at the best. Okay. Yeah, okay. We'll not retrofit any autoloaders. We'll not do that, but yeah, I want better missile shoot you down tech. Oh, I also want better radar tech. And you need to weigh less tech. Alright, again, we'll probably have to trim down some of these, so that doesn't save us huge amounts of weight. Let's maybe drop down a level of radar. Again, that's 50 tons. It's only 10 tons a pop. Do I want to go down to 28 knots? No, not really. We might just live with this. That's like, oh, it's like 1%, isn't it? That's fine. So we've got some better missile shooty down tech. AA, I think is the official name. We do have a couple missiles, not as many as I'd like, but we've got a couple. We've improved our radar a scooch. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I know. Well, these old ships are cramped, my friend. Deal with it. Okay, well, we've got a rebuilding on the go. We'll just continue to truck forward. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Okay, cool. Have a look at it in a minute. Africa's cranky. Send a battleship. Okay. Oh, where are we? Not looking at Africa, that's for sure. So, all relations. Now, presumably America, yes, is still allied with Britain. France stands alone. And that would be a nice war to roll straight into. What do I want from France? Oh yeah, just this, literally. Tonkin. Oh no, and I could take the Caribbean. I suppose we could also take Senegal if we wanted. Take it all. No. Maximum greed. Right. Faint sniff of a potential war of conquest. I'm already mapping out all my glorious new lands. Not sure that'll happen, but we'll see where we go. The Blomvos. BV-172, okay. We are friends with Germany for just now. There's been an altercation in the mess. CN Bedrigan complained that the ship's band can only play opera and not marches, whereas Furman II called him an uncultured martinet. Now, Bedrigan threatens to transfer to the army, and Furman II wants to accept the post of the State Opera Administration. What a high quality of officer we have. Yeah, I don't know you. You're not one of my named people. So off you go to the army, my friend. The Westland Stanford. Again. Oh, speaking of things. It's a very good. Am I advancing anything? No, I'm not. What have we got? Dive bomber. I'm thinking if we've got 2 of anything. More light jet. No, and I do want more light jets, to be honest. They seem to be doing a pretty good job of things. When's our light jet from? 5 years ago. I think you could do with upgrade. I mean, lots of things could also do an upgrade. Do I have any fighters in? Why do I still have fighters in service? Where? I have 8 fighters somewhere. Can I? Oh, you're here. Not anymore, I don't. Disband. Woodook. Okay, so I'm going to obsolete the fighter. No more fighters. Good. And this is this one I'm not 100% sure of. Is what point, or is there a point when we just completely go away from dive bombers, torpedo bombers, and we just have jets essentially? I mean, there is a jet attack, But to be honest, I mean, yeah. So these guys can't carry torpedoes, but they can carry missiles. I'm not sure. But if I remember our attacks from the last war, I'm sure it was our jets were doing most of the hitting. Right. While I hum and haw, I'm going to request a new light jet fighter, and then maybe we'll think about whether we want to improve some of these. But we have a lot of them. Actually, we don't have many torpedo bombers left. And maybe in our commitment to move away from torpedoes, we start by phasing these guys out for our jets instead. But first off, show me a light jet fighter. What's our kind of... Right, reliability is okay. Range in our light jet is between 260 and 400, which, to be honest, is kind of fine. I mean, my naval ranges don't tend to be much beyond that. Your bomb load is... Oh yeah, because you're a fighter. Sure. Don't worry about bomb loads, don't worry about missiles. Firepower toughness. Speed. I want my jets to be fast. And I want them to shoot stuff down. Or I don't want them to be maneuverable. Nah, be fast and shoot stuff down. Okay. Keep 20% of total capacity while busy to prevent people getting upset. Okay, that's not going to happen. I don't have the money for that, sorry. France would like to buy a tech from me. I normally sell everyone everything because they'll get it eventually, but let's say no in this instance. I feel like we're close enough to maybe picking a fight with them, maybe. Get more jets being better than ours, which is no good. Okay, research people are struggling with research. Upheaval in the Bismarck archipelago. Oh, we might take over. Send a force. Haha. Okay. Ta-da! Sucks to be you, Germany. I have the Bismarck archipelago. He's our friend as well. I feel bad. Sorry. Oh, no. Why? Oh, because we got the Bismarck archipelago, which means we now need to put something into the South Pacific. Now, I should have in my back pocket some of these fine creatures. So I need 2 of these, M1 and M2. Congratulations. You are going to be assigned active fleet to... Where are we? Move ships to the Bismarck archipelago. No, South Pacific. Okay, off you go. Have fun. Meanwhile, we will need to grab someone like... Maybe not you, because you're already in Southeast Asia. You guys are good contenders, but I also need to rebuild you. So let's maybe just put you onto foreign stations for just now. I have kept all my light cruisers on active fleet. And my main carrier force. Oh, you can be on reserve though. Oh, you're in South Asia, that's why. Which is maybe too much to be keeping on active fleet, to be fair. Maybe I'll keep the Martillo Mark IIs on active and you guys can drop down to reserve. Just to look after those pennies. As we say, look after the pennies and the pounds look after themselves. Other currencies are available. Okay, let's open the Puerto Rico for the rebuild. You're already overweight. You have good fire control. You have no AA. I'm sure that won't go badly for your survival. Really, we should probably just look to scrap you. When were you originally built? 1922. Oh my goodness, what are we doing with these things? Again, they were of an age, a beautiful age. Born before the missiles flew through the skies. Okay. Are they our old? Some of our oldest ships? Yeah, they must be. I think we're going to retire these gentlemen as well. And with the new, the additional light cruiser, missile light cruisers we've built, they can go help defend. Southeast Asia. Yeah. I don't often scrap ships, but we're doing a bit of that today. Whew. It hurts though. It hurts. Right, these guys need rebuild though. Open design for rebuild. So these are our anti-air, is essentially what that says. So let's start by saying I'd quite like you to be better at your job. I don't think I'm going to be able to put any missiles on you because you're already overweight. I definitely want to keep this though. Probably drop down to that. So 60 tons. I mean, we could take a couple of torpedoes off you, or I mean, we could just make you worse at. Oh yeah, I want to do this as well. Submarines. Yeah, you know what? Your job is not submarines. Your job is anti-air. So let's pop this down. You're only 1,000 tons. You're a total one. You're now in 16 tons. Just get rid of that, right? We'll have better radar. We'll have much better anti-air protection, which is what we want. And you can throw in a few, yeah, little AA guns. Cool. Yes, I'm happy. I've got a clear role that I want you to do. Hang on, cancel. Oh yeah, we're too heavy. Huh. Okay. You're now significantly worse at that role I wanted you to do. But I guess such is the price of age. So I can put you back on. Okay. You're now a little bit, you know, do a little bit more, but you're generally worse at everything. Okay, fine. But I want the radar detector stuff. Oh, well, yeah. I think this is probably going to be fine. Yeah. Yeah. He says, based on nothing but the fact that. So, you know, reality head 48 compared to 47. It's not much of a difference. We've squeezed a little bit extra equipment on the top sides. Yeah, there's going to be an impact, but really no biggie. Of course, that may not be how the game mechanics work. There might be a flat malus as soon as you go over that 47. So again, we may have just made these ships troublesome. Right, you guys are all chilling. You're on reserves. You're inactive, but you shouldn't be. Doke, and I should still be rebuilding people. Yeah, good. And money's doing alright for just now, actually. And we're about to get more Martillo Mark IIs, which makes me very happy. Seal Jean. The economy is booming. How are we going to spend the money? I like to do long-term economic development. Not that there's much long-term left in the game, but still. Feels like it's always the right choice. You know, get those compound interest building, that compound interest building. Okay, we're still stuck on various stuff. Again, I should probably take a detailed dive into my tech, but can't really be bothered at this exact moment in time. Maybe have to do it before the next episode. Germany's going to sell stuff. Okie doke. I'll buy that. We're not really using submarines, but that's okay. I just rebuilt a bunch of destroyers, but fine. We can now put even better fire control upon them. And, we can get helicopters. Sweet. Now, I think in-game, I think all they really do is ASW. But don't quote me on that. Let's have a quick nosy. If we went to designing ship, give me a destroyer. And all design, yeah. Chunky 3,200 ton. Did you put a jet helicopter on her? Oh, helipad. So how do I... Hang on. Non-carrier ships. So helipad will operate helicopters instead of float planes. Also, I don't think I need this. I'm not sure now. Yeah, I can stick a helicopter on, presumably. Yeah. So then, does it tell me... Oh, that's just the SW for that, though. Also, I'd quite like if you updated this so it looked like it had helipad. I thought there was a generic button used to push that said redo this. I don't know, let's roll the dice a couple times. No, it doesn't seem to be wanting to give any of these destroyers or helicopters. Which is a shame, because I think that's a cool little thing. What if I said a light cruiser? Will you throw a helicopter on that? No. Okay. AI's anti-helicopter. I'll have a look at the stuff between episodes. I think it's just used for ASW. There may be some other impacts, but I'll read into it. But we aren't building anything new just yet, so that's fine and dandy. Although we do have money. Okay, anti-ship missiles, German fighter. So what would I like if anything? More missile cruisers would be great. Probably some more missile destroyers would also be great. We got a huge bang for a buck on our heavy cruisers. So maybe there's something there. You know, for when we got through that initial wave of missile fights, and what I found out was our heavy cruisers tended to mop up at that stage, especially for chasing down carriers and things. We're not going to make any more of these, and to be honest, these are kind of vanity objects at the minute. So we could get one more modern heavy cruiser, or we could just keep pumping out the lights, which is I'm also very tempted on. If I was to design a ship based on this one, so we have 100 tons based on the current design, 6-inch alt-loaded, nice. We've got 5 AA guns, and we've got all 4 of our heavy ship missiles. She still feels like a pretty good design, I'm not going to lie. Do I even have torpedoes at the back? No, that's missile things. Oh, but I can increase tubes on these now. Just 2? Yeah. Oh, how's about that for an upgrade? Okay. The Martillo Mark III. Oh, I'm so tempted to do this. Oh no, we're massively over, so we can't do that. Okay, so we're stuck at 4. Fine. Okay. Don't have auto-loaded secondary guns. That would be cool, but that's okay. We got a lot more missiles on this thing now. The radar limit's still good. I know we haven't thrown a helicopter on it, but kind of everything. Is there anything in particular? We've got our spacious accommodation for our modern softies. We're still rocking 32 knots. I'm not strangely okay with this. I'm very okay with this design. Okay, you all happy? All happy? Let's do this. Let's build a couple more of these. And then I think we'll have a fairly healthy light cruiser fleet at that point. And up people in Formosa. Okay, I'll take free land. Nice. Ooh, gas turbines, cool. I like this more actually for destroyers, especially as we're slapping missiles on them. Still working on that automatic 3-inch gun. Fair enough, my friends. I think we're just going to build some Martios. Now, how many can we afford? I say 3, probably even 4. I think we could squeeze 4 out. 25 months? Maybe I should have stuck with 3. I have faith we'll find the money from somewhere. How long have we got here? 10, 20. Oh, yeah, I can afford that. Jeez. No sweat. Sweet, we got Formosa. That's pretty chunky. England is unhappy with us. I will have to watch that because that would be another Anglo-British war. In fact, let's turn you down for none. I'll happily keep buying on the French. And relations. Which again, I'm not upset with an Anglo-American war. We would concentrate on the Mediterranean, force the British to come fight us here, hopefully smack them about, and then, you know, if we ever cleared the seas or they ran away, we could then start trying to worry about invading bits of territory. It's a pretty long aim, to be honest, trying to work your way through the British fleet. However, the Yanks would absolutely steal our Caribbean holdings. But you know, it's not the end of the world. I think we've talked about this before. You know, these aren't particularly valuable. And as long as they didn't, like, steal the Philippines from us, I'd be okay with that. But I'd much rather just fight Britain on its own. And I'd be a very happy bunny at that point. Okie dokie. Wire-guided torpedoes. Submarine torpedo hit chance. We don't have any subs. We've been a very anti-sub playthrough this time. You guys have chilled down a little bit. More ships finished working up. Let's see all those people who have come back into action, and we can get them to chill out a little bit. Who came back here? So we have lots of Martios. Are you guys? Oh, sorry, I'm jumping off this. You are now in South Pacific. So if I told you just to go active fleet, how are we looking? Fine and dandy. Come home, my friend. Just tap the M key and go to the Mediterranean. So you guys are chilling in Northern Europe. That's actually okay. It's destroyers we rebuilt. Yeah, all you chaps. Here, I think I'm going to be on mothball. You are still older classes. We've got all these guys kind of on reserve. And that's fine and dandy. Look at that. Whoa. Making just a slight dent in our funding, but one which is very sustainable. Okay, so our dockyards have shrunk, but it's probably fine actually. I'm not building anything that big. Our Generalissimo chats up the world. Allows the building of missile-equipped light cruisers without any armor. Is that what you want? I suppose if you're just hurling missiles at each other and your armor isn't going to stop a missile, what's the point in having any? You know, that all or nothing principle. Ah, and a new plane. So what have we got? Speed, much faster. Range, oh, surprisingly worse. But you're mainly going to be going on light because you're a fighter, which is the same, improved, or this one's a little bit worse, but much faster speeds. This one's looking good so far. Firepower, the same. Maneuverability, the best. Toughness, 1 down. Yeah, I think you guys have got the nod here. You're the fastest. You can go furthest. Yeah, best, 1 off. Don't care about that so much. Yeah. Get me better fighters, please. We will ask for a new one. Let's go. Alright, let's ask for dive bomber, but I am thinking about maybe getting rid of them. Although we can't get rid of them entirely because we have some non-jet capable aircraft carriers still in our fleet. So why not see if we can get a better one? Your range is already great and your Well, your speed is fine, but obviously nothing compared to a jet. That's probably why you're just getting shot down all the time. This is what worries me about having these older ships and these older planes, and maybe that's something we need to do, start trying to phase out our non-jet capable carriers. But let's maybe go one last hurrah for the dive bomber, considering we do have 200 of them in service. So what I want for you, carry a big bomb and don't get shot down. Oh, dive bomber. Okie doke. Cool. Okay, and we're just at the start of 1961. I think things are looking pretty good. We've got some potentials on the political front. I'm happy with the way our fleet is developing. Just know some slight modernization, saying goodbye to field friends, nice new missile cruisers. All in all, yeah, pretty good. Oh my god, Germany, 1 million tons. Oh, let's not look at America. Ha ha ha! That's a big number. But yeah, pretty much parity with Britain, which I wasn't expecting at all. But I suspect they'll keep stretching out in front, like they're already building even more. Surpassed, well, absolutely, yeah, parity with France. So yeah. America, you're crazy, man. Cool. But yeah, so hopefully next time we'll come back, we'll keep building ships, we'll see if we manage to get into situations. I'd love to try and not fight the British until they break with America, and then I would be all in for a grand one-on-one proper war till the end. Let's see if we can't steal all the British stuff type war. But that'll have to wait till next time. I do hope you join me then, and I'll see you there. Cheerio!